In this section, we will compare the temperature and energy output of the fusion reactor with the Sun's core. As you may know, the Sun is powered by nuclear fusion, a process that releases massive amounts of energy when two nuclei with low atomic weights are combined. The Sun's core has a temperature of about 15 million degrees Celsius and a density of about 150 grams per cubic centimeter. The Sun's core produces about 3.8 times 10 to the power of 26 watts of power, which is equivalent to about 4 billion hydrogen bombs per second. Now, let's look at the fusion reactor developed by researchers in South Korea, called KSTR, or the Korean Artificial Sun. This device is a superconducting tokamak, which means it uses powerful magnets to confine and shape a hot plasma inside a donut-shaped chamber. The goal of KSTAR is to generate power from nuclear fusion by heating and compressing the plasma to extreme conditions. In September 2022, KSTR achieved a new world record by maintaining a temperature of more than 100 million degrees Celsius for 30 seconds. That's nearly 7 times hotter than the Sun's core. However, temperature alone is not enough to achieve net energy gain from fusion. The plasma also needs to be dense enough and confined long enough for the fusion reactions to occur at a sufficient rate. The product of these three factors is called the fusion triple product, and it is a measure of how close a fusion device is to producing more energy than it consumes. The current record for the fusion triple product is held by the Joint European Torus, JET, in the UK, which reached a value of 6.2 times 10 to the power of 21 degrees Celsius per second per cubic meter. In KSTR has not yet reported its fusion triple product, but it is expected to be lower than JET's because of its lower plasma density and confinement time. So, how does KSTR compare to the Sun's core in terms of energy output? Well, it's hard to say exactly because KSTAR does not directly measure the power it produces from fusion. Instead, it estimates it based on the amount of neutrons emitted by the plasma, which are a byproduct of the fusion reactions. According to one estimate, KSTR generated about 0.5 megawatts of fusion power during its record-breaking run, and that's about 10 billion times less than the Sun's core. Of course, KSTAR is not designed to be a commercial power plant, but rather an experimental device that aims to advance our understanding and technology of fusion. KSTAR is also an important contributor to the International ITER project in France, which is expected to be the first tokamak to achieve net energy gain from fusion by ITER. Will have a much larger plasma volume and longer confinement time than KSTR, and it will aim to produce 500 megawatts of fusion power for at least 400 seconds. In summary, we have seen that the fusion reactor in South Korea has reached temperatures much higher than the Sun's core, but it still lags behind in terms of density, confinement time, and energy output. However, KSTAR is a remarkable achievement that demonstrates the progress and potential of nuclear fusion as a clean and abundant source of energy for humanity.